Social media marketing is the practice of using social media channels to promote or sell your products online. The goal through social media marketing is to build engagement and create a following for your brand or product. Hi, I'm Jenny Walk from the Supply Nation Indigenous Business Learning Team, and I'm taking you through this lesson today on social media marketing. Social media marketing helps businesses to increase brand awareness, build engaged communities, sell products and services, measure brand engagement, provide customer service, and advertise your products and services to targeted audiences. The bigger and more gauged your audience on social media networks are, the easier it is for you to achieve your other marketing goals. Your social media marketing should be driven by your marketing strategy, and more specifically, your social media marketing strategy. Your social media strategy outlines your social media goals, the tactics you will use to achieve them, and the metrics you will use to track and measure your progress. It should also list all of your existing and planned social media accounts, along with the goals specific to each platform you're active on. The more specific your plan or strategy is, the more effective it will be. Being targeted and clear on your goals ensures that you're focusing your efforts and your resources into the right spaces and targeting customers in the right way. Starting your social media campaigns without a plan or a strategy is like wandering around a forest without a map. It's going to be a lot of fun, but you might get lost along the way. There are 5 key elements to developing your social media strategy, and these are: what will you achieve? Who is the audience? Where is your target audience, and what platforms can they be found on? How do they use social media? And importantly, what's your message? You will see many of these questions will be informed by your overall business strategy, but when looking at it from a social media perspective, we're asking you questions in relation to our customer, what they want to get, and how you can connect with them. Here's an example of an Indigenous business using this strategy.
Hi everyone, my name's Cherie Thompson. I'm a Wawan woman from Central West New South Wales, and I'm the CEO of Native Secrets. Today, I'm going to share my 5 top tips around social media marketing. So number 1, and the most important, is to know your target customer. Really understand who they are and what social media platforms they are on. Understand what times they're scrolling, get to know their habits. Which leads me to number 2, which is to build your audience by targeted advertising. Once you know who they are, what social media platforms they're on, you are going to save time and money for the back end of your business. So for example, we know that our target customer is on Instagram, so I'm not going to spend as much time, or paid advertising on Facebook, for example. Number 3 is to be consistent across all your platforms. Tell the same story across Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever it is. Just keep it consistent. Number 4 is build relationships. Interact with your customers. We're in a unique position right now. You can tell your story to anyone around the world, and you can do it from your mobile phone. So make the most of it. And number 5 is to outsource. Social media marketing can be a full-time job, and if you get overwhelmed, there are a number of Indigenous businesses that are more than capable of helping you do this and take your brand to the world. Thank you, and I'll see you on social media.
Developing your social media strategy is often the easy part. With the number of platforms increasing every day, it's easy to get overwhelmed and be unsure as to where you should promote your products and services. From Twitter and Instagram to Clubhouse and Facebook, it's hard to wonder where you start. So before you go down the social media rabbit hole, we need to start with a plan. Consider starting with 1 or 2 social media platforms, identifying those from your business strategy about where your customers hang out. Your social media plan will provide you a roadmap to keep you focused and heading in the right direction. While there aren't any hard and fast rules about using social media or developing your strategy, it's important to remember a few key points. Know who your audience is and ensure your marketing is speaking to their needs and wants. While it may be easy to speak to everybody, the most successful social media strategies focus on speaking and selling to a specific client. Here's an example of a business who are being specific about the client that they target on social media.
Hi, I'm Kale from Kale Media. We manage the social media accounts for a childcare centre located on the Gold Coast. And early on, our social media sort of strategy was very broad. It was a bit hit and miss, a little bit of trial and error. Over the years though, we've come to realise that our most successful social media advertising campaigns, they really target a specific customer. To give you an example, the childcare centre is open 5 days a week. So the ideal customer for this business is full-time working parents. Therefore, working full-time, they require care for their children Monday to Friday. They're the ideal customer, as opposed to perhaps a stay-at-home mum who might just want to put their child into care 1 or 2 days a week for socialisation or another reason. They're obviously going to be harder to fill up the vacancies in the centre. So with that in mind, with our social media advertising, rather than a general broad advertisement for parents within the local area, we're really targeting, yes, those parents that are local, however, going that step further and making it that little bit more specific, making sure that they're full-time working as well. I think in addition to that, with the social media platforms, it's easy to sort of get lost in the process there. So I think consistency is key. There's no need to make your social media account a giant advertising pitch and not a big sales pitch. It just, a customer will look back over your history and they'll want it to sort of feel authentic and genuine. So yes, there are other platforms that you can use to promote the business and sell the business. But I think you need to be a little bit more subtle when it comes to the social media rather than bombarding a potential customer with advertisements. Another probably key tip, I think, is nowadays there are so many different platforms that you can use. So it's important to identify the ones where your customers are engaged, and that won't be all of them. So there's no point wasting time perhaps posting on LinkedIn or TikTok if your customers are hanging out on Facebook and Instagram. So rather than stretching yourself too thin, because social media really can be time consuming, just work with 1 or 2 platforms and do them properly, and I'm sure it'll be a benefit to your business. So good luck.
The final 2 golden rules relate to content and consistency. With social media moving so quickly, providing engaging content is critical to the success of your strategy. When researching your audience, be sure you consider how they like to access their information. Does your ideal client prefer videos or long-form posts? Or perhaps they engage best with Facebook Lives or Instagram stories. Once you know your audience, create content that invites engagement. Finally, it's important to be consistent. Posting and sharing content regularly is essential to building trust and creating engagement with your audience. So now that you've developed your social media strategy, it's time to track your impact. It's hard to measure the success of what you do without understanding the metrics and checking the engagement, and that requires data. There are a lot of tools, many embedded into each social platform, that can assist you track your performance on social media in terms of engagement. Google Analytics can be used as a great social media marketing tool that will help you measure your social media marketing techniques and determine which strategies are better off abandoned. And the embedded metrics within Facebook and Instagram also allow you to track overall engagement. The key is to link your metrics with your goals. If you're looking to increase followers, then focusing on the number of people who like and follow your account is a simple metric to use. If your focus is engagement, then tracking likes, shares, and comments will give you a better impression of the success of your strategy. So there you have it, a simple introduction to social media strategy. Included with this lesson is a PDF worksheet that will allow you to go through the steps we've discussed today, develop your own social media plan, as well as useful links to metric tools that you can use to track your impact.